Karen List. Welcome to Speakers Tribe Conference 2020 in the Gold Coast, Australia.
Thank you.
And we are live on air on Speakers Tribe TV. Karen, thank you for making the time for me. I'm excited to have a conversation with you because I know that you do something that is really close to my heart. You're a health and wellness thought leader and speaker as well. But I know before this journey, you've spent a long time in the journalism industry. So Karen, share with me, how did you come about your passion in health and wellness, and what was the transformation like from being a journalist for over 20 years to what you do to serve the community now?
It's interesting these days, isn't it, that we don't really just have one passion. And my career has been in communications and journalism and presenting for many years, but throughout all that time I've always been passionate about my own personal development and my own spiritual development. And as I've got older, I've realised how important it is for us to be healthy and grounded and really clear about who we are before we can go out and bring our best self out in the world.
So that was what led you to explore deeper.
It's something that I still have a foot in both areas. I love doing both things, but I really am passionate about helping people achieve their own potential. And I think we see that as a grand vision. Sometimes we have these big dreams and these things that we want to achieve, but as someone we all know well often says, you have to focus on the small.
Yes.
And one of the most important things about that is that are we looking after ourselves? And one of my presentations is all really about that we need to wake up every day as if it's a fresh start. It's a new start. We have to be careful that sometimes we wake up and we're already in our programs from the past. We're already doing the same thing we do every day. We might already be worried about something that we're concerned about, and it's pulling us back in the past all the time. So it's really important to take some time every day and center yourself. I love to meditate every morning, and I also love doing breath work, and I teach people breath work. And breath work is an amazing thing because it's something that can bring you back to just a level of calmness every day, and you can do it all day. And I think we get stressed and we get worried and we get tied up in things, and we forget that we have the power to control exactly how we feel.
Yes.
And so that's why I really encourage people to do that every day, to wake up every morning and sit quietly and just breathe and clear your thoughts and take a moment to think about what's working well in your life and what you can do that day to move forward in a positive way. And 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, we have so many minutes in a day.
Yeah.
It's only 5 minutes, and that can create so much change for us.
A multitude of effects. A couple of really powerful things that you've shared with me there is that, number one, start afresh every day. To me, it means almost like a blank canvas.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing from the past that taints what is possible today.
Yes.
But also just the simplicity and the power of the breath. Because if you think about it, the irony is that, well, I'm alive, so therefore I'm breathing. You might think of it that way, but really the fact of the matter is breath work is about awareness, isn't it? It's about taking that power back to yourself, where you really have the power to choose how you're going to think about something or react to something or not react to something. And it all comes back to breath.
I love really thinking about it this way because, as you said, we all breathe every day and we're not even aware of it. But actually, it's the greatest power we have inside us. And so when we learn to do it mindfully, consciously, every day, even for a short amount of time, it gives us so much power over our state of mind, so much power over our life. And the funny thing is, we're born with that. That's what we get. The minute we arrive on this planet, that's what we get. That's
First thing we
our
do
power.
when we get out.
Yeah, and then we kind of go unconscious on it and forget about that.
Yeah.
And the fact is, you don't need any equipment that you haven't already got.
Yes.
It's totally free.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we all love doing, going to courses and working on ourselves and all that kind of thing. But this is the one thing that you actually don't have to pay for.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Awesome. Karen, we have so many viewers out there who would be in a place where they really want to start somewhere simple to go back to their own power. And us, you and me, talking about breathing and meditating right now. I'd love for if you could just demonstrate with me on how to really do one simple, powerful breath. Just for if we put our microphones down and how does that look like?
Well,
What
I've
would
just
I do?
got a little exercise that I love to share with people,
Yes.
and it's got a basis in yoga, and there's a lot of people out there that teach it, but I think it's so simple and it's so easy. It's called the 4-7-8 breath, and it involves you just breathing all the air out of your lungs, and then breathing in for 4, holding for 7, and then breathing out for 8. And if you can even sit there for 5 minutes and do a round of that, like a round of 4-7-8, that's one round. You can do that 5 times. And that's just something, if you feel like you don't know how to meditate or anything like that, sometimes it's good to have something to guide yourself to do. And then you've got something to focus on, and that just can help calm you down.
Yeah.
And that's something that you can do all day. Like if you have a moment where you feel really stressed, or someone's made you feel angry, you can do it in the car.
Yeah.
If you're having
driving,
a bit of road rage. It's a brilliant thing just to bring your mind back to that, and then you have control over your life. You have power over your reactions.
Absolutely. I've heard, having been in the corporate scene a while back, I've heard so many colleagues say to me, it's okay, take a breath. But I remember so many times, how do I take a breath? How do I do it properly? Like people keep saying to me, take a breath. But when you actually showed me this a few months ago, then like you say, I have a measurable way of
That's right.
knowing, okay, I am taking my breath.
Yeah.
4, 1, 2, 3, 4, holding it for 7, and then letting it out for 8.
Yeah.
I'll do it again. I'm not quite there yet. Holding it, breathing in for 4, holding for 7, letting go for 8.
Yeah.
That's one of the most beautiful gifts I've ever received. And I
It's
thank
simple,
you for
but
that.
thank you.
This is a beautiful conversation. But my one last question, you're a very, very busy woman. How do you keep so beautiful and so fit? What is your daily practice?
Well, taking time out for myself. I really set things up for myself that, no, Karen, don't do anything else until you've taken the time to sit quietly, meditate, calm my mind, so I know I'm going out in my day in the best possible way that I can. And obviously, as a health and wellness facilitator, I want to be an example of the message that I share. So I love living a healthy lifestyle, doing everything that I can to look after myself, because as we get older, you have to work harder.
Gold Coast?
Yes, I live here on the beautiful Gold Coast, so that certainly lends itself to having a healthy lifestyle.
Yes, yeah. So lifestyle is key, isn't
Yeah.
it? And as you grow older, you get to know your own self better and really work around that. That's beautiful. Karen, this has been a beautiful conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure.
Thank you, Grace.
Awesome.